The debate over who gets priority in community housing is heating up in Windsor Essex. Essex County councillors have raised concerns over funding and decision-making for supportive housing. Our region receives about $16 million in provincial funding, which is managed solely by the City of Windsor, who acts as the service manager for the entire region and decides how that money gets spent. Essex County only receives about $2.4 million of that funding, and councillors are frustrated that the city has not been open to discussing adjustments to better reflect the county's growing needs. County councillors warn their system is under strain. They currently support around 266 residents in assisted housing, but rising costs could push providers to take on higher-paying private residents instead, reducing available spaces. And meanwhile, at Windsor City Council, Councillor Ronaldo Agostino wants to make sure people from Windsor in need of community housing are not losing their spot on the wait list to people from outside the region. He has asked city administration to report back on what other municipalities are doing to manage that. Priority 2 housing status is reserved for those who are homeless, at risk, or in unsafe housing. And this status places applicants on the Central Housing Registry wait list. And in Windsor Essex, there are no residency requirements to get on that list. Councillor Agostino's concern is that someone from another community could apply, qualify for Priority 2, and move ahead of a Windsor resident who may have been waiting longer. Some municipalities, he notes, require proof that applicants have lived in that community for a set period, sometimes 6 months, before they can even qualify for that wait list. There are currently more than 750 people waiting for housing in our region, and many are in urgent situations. So, Daniel, I'll start with you. Should our municipalities require proof of residency or prioritize their own residents on housing wait lists?
We've always heard sort of these whispers of communities busing their homeless to other communities. And so I think it's a really important thing to look at. I don't know where it's appropriate to land. I think that Windsor has a duty to support its needy who were effectively homegrown, but we can't take on solving the homelessness problem for the entire province or country or world. And I think this is one of the challenges that municipalities get into when they try to solve homelessness. I say, London has talked about we can solve homelessness. Well, if London can solve homelessness, then we can solve homelessness too by busing our homeless to London. And I say that tongue in cheek. I obviously don't support that, but I say that because ultimately, if you become the city that is solving this problem, it's just more is just going to come to you. And so I don't know how you get out of that. I think that some residency requirement does make some sense. We have to prioritize the people who fell hard on their luck here. We're looking the people who maybe were injured on the job in Windsor that now need some support. We should be prioritizing that over somebody who, maybe is living in Belleville and has applied to every community's social housing list and is going to move wherever they get on the list first. So really interested to see what comes back on this.
My concern, and as I understand from the county council representatives, is that ultimately this is Windsor looking after Windsor. This is Windsor looking to cut out Essex County. Essex County, you solve your own problem yourself. The problem with that from a county perspective is that this money is allotted for the region. It is meant to address the issues in the region. And ultimately, if the money is now going to just be taken and only used for Windsor and the county's cut out of it, now the county's got to find a funding for it. And we've all heard the rumors about, London, Toronto, Guelph, Kitchener, everyone just solves their problem by shipping them down here, which, it's inhumane would be the right word, I think, in my opinion. Definitely no. And I like the idea of, residency requirements. You've been down here. Should it be 6 months? I think it should be longer than that, given the wait list. We know the need locally is there. It's severe. So we definitely need to address that problem first. But I certainly hope we're looking at a regional solution instead of just a City of Windsor solution for City of Windsor residents.